Hello everyone, I'm here to tell you about my intercultural experiences during the first month of my exchange in Montreal, so I hope you enjoy the video. So the first incident that I'd like to talk about concerned attitude to time, specifically dinner time. So when I first arrived here, it was 8 p.m. and my roommates had asked me if I had already eaten dinner. And I was kind of surprised by that question because it already had been 2 hours for me. And I thought that that was the normal time. And they explained that they usually dine at around 9 or 8 p.m., which clearly shocked me. And then I told them about the Dutch normalities, that it's normal to eat around 7, lastly 7, so 5 or 6 p.m. And later they explained to me that they usually snack something around that time, and that's why they eat later. And I think that this incident kind of showed an unexpected difference, and it also sparked some funny conversation right when I first started my exchange here, and it shows some cultural differences this way. So the second incident that I wanted to talk about concerns miscommunication between me and one of my roommates. So she proposed to get something to eat on a Thursday. And that afternoon we both knew that we would have a barbecue together with some other people. And we didn't discuss any details for dinner, but I figured that we would go together after the barbecue. But later I found out when I asked her where she was, that she actually had another meeting planned after the barbecue, which she did not tell me at around dinner time. So I think that this shows some flexibility there in attitudes to time. So when dinner time came around, she told me that she might actually be grabbing dinner with some other friends. And at that point I was confused because I thought that we had agreed to do it together, while she responded that we could also do it another day, and that didn't really matter for her. So this was quite unexpected to me, because I think that in the Dutch culture everything is really time and detail oriented, very planning, and that just didn't happen here. So the detailed planning and the attention to time, that is just very different here. I think that here is more spontaneity and a more flexible approach. So lastly, the incident that I want to talk about is social etiquette. So here in Quebec, as well as in France, it is common to greet each other with 2 kisses. And I wasn't aware of that, so when I first met my new roommates here, I shook their hands. Later that week, there was a new roommate that came in, and everyone gave her 2 kisses while I shook her hand. So I started to ask around, and they explained to me that in Quebec, as well as here in France, people give each other kisses. And I think that this is a very obvious difference, one cultural difference that someone can expect, but still I find myself struggling to adapt to it, and this can lead to some awkward moments between each other. But in the end, I feel like I can learn a lot about it, and it is part of submerging myself in the culture that is present here. So I hope you enjoyed.